A very warm welcome to everyone, each of you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, as we used to say when we have webinars. You're almost welcome, all of you, and a happy Open Educational Week to everyone. This week is the first week in March is specially dedicated for open education, and it's hosted by the Open Education Global, which is based in Canada. Of course, who are working in this area, we advocate, of course, that every day is about open education, but this week is very, very much dedicated. It has been lasting for some 10 years or so. And it is a self-organized conference. So people who are working on project initiatives, research, and would like to share what they are doing, they just organize this kind of events themselves, either online or on site, and either in their own native language or in English to reach a larger audience. But it's also possible to have it in your own language. So in case you haven't joined the sessions Monday, Tuesday, when it started on Monday, please try to follow some of the sessions during the week. And of course, we are very happy that you are here together with us today. So today, this session is dedicated to the International Research Network on Innovative, Sustainable, Seamless Education. And it is a research network with people who have an interest in this area, and we will present you more what it really is about and what kind of activities we have. So we discussed among us that we wanted to dedicate this session during the Open Educational Week to show what we are and to present what we are doing and to reach an interest. And also, in case you have an interest, you are more than welcome to join our network as well. So again, a warm welcome and happy Open Educational Week. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Ebba, for this wonderful opportunity to organize this as part of the Open Education Week. It's a global movement, and I think it's something that everyone that is pursuing education in whatever context should have a look and see what open education is and how can resources be provided. Today, we are specifically discussing, as Ebba has mentioned, the International Research Network focusing on innovative, sustainable, and seamless education. And we have here the coordinator, the person that has started this, let's say, adventure, Helga Hamburg. She is now in South Africa. She's definitely going to present more on the work that she is doing, and not only there, but also, of course, in connection to other, let's say, initiatives that we have. Ebba Ossiannilsson from Sweden that initiated this event today, and we are really grateful that she managed to actually streamline this with the Open Education Week. I am Ioana Ștefan from Romania, part of this network for quite a few years, and then we have as a main speaker Karen Freya Meyers from Eswatini, an English teacher and an active member. Of course, there are other members present here, and we do have a panel discussion, and we are going to use that opportunity to give the floor to everyone to present their background, their research, and the connection to the network. But now, first, I will give the floor to Helga.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction, and I'm really very grateful that you all can be part of this wonderful event today. We are looking forward to discussing some ideas with you, but first of all, let me give you some background from where we come. This is now the International Research Network for Seamless and Sustainable Education. So let me just share my screen with you. Do you see it? Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just look at our beginnings. First of all, I want to show you our website. So we have a website which you can take a look at, more detail of what we are doing. And then here you can see the members that are part of our organization. We are growing them, and as I go through the history, you'll see how we moved forward. So with this presentation, we will also be reaching out to others to be part of our organization. So our mission is to build an international community of practice that invites researchers from all over the world to collaborate for the greater good of the world. The specific focus on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4, which we all know is ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Okay, so our mission is to study, support, inform, and share quality education in all parts of the world. We want to stand together and learn with and from each other with a quest to be at the pulse of sustainable and seamless educational practice. So there we are in a nutshell what we are planning and what we are doing. And now we can look at what we have done so far. So at first, the original international research network was called the Global Reach Project, and that was established in 2018. So we are nearly 10 years, active. It's getting there. But then in 2019, we decided to, we started thinking of changing our name because the International Association for Mobile Learning resolved. So we wanted to continue with this wonderful research group, and we just established it as a new group, but it grew out of the International Association for Mobile Learning. In 2019 and 2020, we worked together with 5 countries. So there were representatives from 5 countries, and we published our first book, which you can see on our website. It is an ebook, so it's accessible, it's open. And the topic was about seamless learning in higher education, that's part of our goal and our mission. And then in 2021, it established in 2021, we created our website. We published our second book, and for that we had 12 countries that were involved. If you look at the book, there are lots of names on our front page because we decided that all of us were part of the chapters because we wrote chapters and we wanted the whole group to be named. So having an online presence with these books that are open, all of them are, it also gives us a bit of flexibility on how many editors we can add to our books. So we also wanted to acknowledge each one of them. And that topic was again about seamless learning, but this time we looked at a comparison during the global pandemic because that was the topic at that time. And then in 2023, we had a series of webinars where we all spoke about AI. And by the end of that year, we published an article, in 2023. And then in 24 to 25, we worked on another book. And that book is the Artificial Intelligence for Seamless Education. And now, and during those 2 years, last year and the year before, we also did podcasts and we had interviews, and the interviews were part of the next journal article. And by now we had grown to 22 countries, which you saw on the map there. And the article that we published in 2023 was called Proposing a Seamless Learning Experience Design Framework based on international perspectives of educators from 5 higher education institutions. So we looked at the study we had done before, and we compiled a seamless learning experience design framework, which is really helpful if one wants to plan and design teaching and learning from that perspective. So that was then published then, and then what we are busy with at the moment is we are using the data that we collected last year with the interviews, and we're busy working on a publication for an article. And then we are going to have a podcast series again, which Ebba and Joanna will be talking more about today. And then for next year, we have a big goal. We want to organize a conference, and the date and place will be confirmed, but we extend a very heartfelt welcome to all of you to participate either by being there or by presenting. But our focus is really to have research in this field, in the field of quality education, seamless learning, anything that has to do with in improving education. And our goal, and I know it sounds like a very high goal, but we are moving towards it. We are aiming at inviting 100 researchers from 100 countries. So now we are at 21. And we still keep our goal, addressing inclusive and equitable quality education and lifelong learning opportunities, which is aligned to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, number 4, and there you have it. So that in a nutshell. So I'm going to hand over. If you have any questions.
Thank you so much, Helga. In case of any questions, we will take them in the end of this session.
The next part would be to dig a little bit into a more specific initiative on-demand driven learning. And Ebba, if you can share some thoughts on this, since you have also initiated the discussion in this area.
Yes, I initiated this topic to be in this network as well, because I work very much on that myself, about on-demand driven learning. So it is very urgent, because both the educational systems and the labor market environments has changed so much during the last couple of years, not at least since COVID-19 and the pandemic, when a lot of things were changing, and also due to AI, of course, but also as we're working on with this network about the SDGs, and the Agenda 2030 was set to actually happen in 2030, but the investigations so far and the research about it, how far we have gone, we are far ahead of those goals, and it's just actually 4 years ahead to 2030. So it is really, really urgent. And also that education is so much organized about what the universities, what countries are good at, so to say, and they just provide. They're not asking actually what are needed out there, especially when it comes to maybe new areas about upskilling, reskilling, unskilling. So it is on-demand driven learning has become a really, really critical paradigm, moving from this convenience to fundamentally reorganize relationship between learners, workplaces, knowledge, attitudes, and skills. Yes. So what are the key characteristics? But before I will say something about that, Helga mentioned about the podcast we are doing, and each of us in the network, we are working on different kind of topics. And as I'm very heavily involved in on-demand driven learning nowadays, or with research, I put that as a topic for a podcast. And then Jana wanted to join, and so we have worked quite a lot about this, and we have recently, and it will soon, very soon, will be published a podcast, and we decided already from the beginning to have it in 2 parts. The first part is mainly to discuss why this is urgent. I mean, I have already presented that for you, some thoughts, and also what are the key characteristics, and we are trying to to focus on awareness raising. And then the second part will be more in details what it is about and also how it is connected to seamless learning and open education. So you have to look out for that. And thank you so much, Joanna, for working together with me on this. I think it's really a nice topic, and the collaboration we have had so far on this is really fruitful and collaborative. So thank you so much. So the characteristics is those bullet points. It is about the learner-centric, and that means that content and delivery are shaped by learners' preferences and requirements, and making it more relevant and responsive to individuals' needs. And also recently, OECD, for example, have launched a report about education for human flourishing. So this on-demand driven learning is very much connected to human flourishing as well. So it is market responsive. Educational offerings are designed to meet the demands of the job market, ensuring graduates that they are job ready and also had access to rewarding careers. It is frontline driven. In organizational context, this approach can be led to be the frontline for staff who identify learning needs as they arise in a dynamic situation. It is data informed. It is adaptive. It is, as the name is saying, very much on demand driven base. And it is about agency, that learners take the agency of their own learning. But anyhow, this is work in progress. And as said, the first podcast will be published quite soon. And the second one we are working on, so that will also be quite soon published by this network. The next is you, Helga, to present how and in case people have an interest to join our network,
Okay.
and how to be involved. So
Yes.
can you please say something about that?
In terms of joining us, it is a really easy process. You can send me your CV, which is there. You can see my email. The people that may be benefiting from this organization are obviously researchers that are interested in the field that I have explained. And once we receive your CV, we have like a central committee. We just take a quick look over and see what you have done so far and if you would be a good fit for our organization. But to me, it's more than a good fit. It's more about enthusiasm, and everyone that brings their knowledge to us, it's very valuable. So this is just an extension of a welcome to you. And if you know of people that are in this field that are interested, please, you can also refer them to us. You know, we have that goal of 100 countries, and we'd like you to contribute. It would be really awesome if you can work together like this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Helga. And yes, we really encourage you to look more into what we are doing and also to join and to be included in this very interesting and promising network, which has grown pretty much in the last couple of years. And it is very important and crucial to be in a community like this when you are working with the research in this field, because we are learning together and we are going through this process together. So it is very much about togetherness. So thank you so much, Helga. So we're coming to the end of this session for the presentation. So we will leave some space for discussions also. So I will hand over to you, Karen, if you can make some final conclusions. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, dear colleagues. I think, it's been very interesting to better understand, how we've grown as an organization, where we come from, and especially what for me stands out across all the projects and the way we work is really the collaborative spirit of the network. So different countries, different institutions, but as a network, we demonstrate that the challenge of making education more innovative, more sustainable, and seamless are shared challenges that we all feel wherever we are in the world. And our conclusion there is that they are best tackled together. So we're looking ahead, of course, and the conversation around artificial intelligence, seamless education, what the colleagues have just talked to you about, adds, a dimension to the work we are already doing, because artificial intelligence really holds a promise as a partner in creating more personalized. That's what Ebba and Joanna have just talked about, personalization and connected learning experiences. But that can only happen when it's guided by values like those of equity, integrity, and learner agency. And that is really at the basis of everything we do together in this network. So today's webinar is really a reminder of why our work matters, why you coming on board matters. And so all of us are going to leave this space with new ideas, we hope, new connections, and also a renewed sense of purpose. And in the last slide, I just want us to continue thinking a little bit more about that, but also to thank everyone who has been with us, the presenters, the participants, and I know we are still going to discuss a little bit more, so we're still making this a really thought-provoking experience. The idea is that we have this commitment. We are all scholars, we are all stakeholders in education, and we want to reimagine education not as a series of disconnected episodes, but really as a coherent, continuous journey that follows the learners. Ebba has pointed out we are learner-centric across different contexts, across different devices, spaces, and time. So seamless learning is not a single solution, but really a design philosophy. And many of us come from learning design experiences and backgrounds. And one that asks all of us, educators, researchers, all the stakeholders, to listen very carefully to how, when, and where learning actually happens in people's lives. And that goes hand in hand with lifelong learning. So I'm handing over to Joanna now, who I think will, see whether there are questions and whether we can further interact. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Karen. But before we leave the floor to you, Joanna, I would like to take the opportunity to mention, as I see that we have Margarita here in the audience. Margarita is one of my students, and she is doing a very, very interesting master program in Slovenia at University of Gorica. And actually that is a master program about leadership in open education. And that is exactly what is needed, because leadership is crucial, because openness, open education is about an ecosystem which really involves so many different kind of parts, like leadership, like strategy, like pedagogy, like recognition, like research, a lot of different kind of dimensions. And actually, why I wanted to mention this master course, as Margarita is here, is that this is unique of its kind in the world. It's the only one existing. Some researchers in another network I'm in have done research about this, and this is really unique. So in case you don't know about it, please check it up. And maybe if you don't mind, Margarita, maybe you can say something about it. I will not force you, but just in case. So thank you for the opportunity to also talk about this unique, very, very interesting and promising master course about leadership in open education. So over to you, Joanna.
We need more initiatives like this. So Margarita, if you want to step in now or later, it's we can accommodate. Okay, if you're available now, you can say a few words about the research that you are doing.
Hello. Yes, I'm sorry.
Hello.
I'm joining without the video. I'm like kind of in between work right now. I just wanted to make sure I
It's fine.
participate. And yes, thank you very much, Ebba, for inviting me here and mentioning. It's kind of a huge responsibility right now. I feel like there's a huge responsibility. Yes, I'm kind of in a unique situation here. I'm the only student right now, and it's an honor to receive all this individual attention from all the professors, including Ebba. And for now, we're just figuring out, I'm receiving guidance of exploring the field of open education because I'm new to the field. I come from the educational background, but I'm new to the field and I'm exploring it, exploring the educational technology. And we were talking mostly about the concept of agency. So this is the research that I would like to pursue. And again, thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you, Margarita.
Thank you.
And good luck what you're doing.
Thanks a lot.
Wonderful. So over to you, Joanna.
Thank you, Ebba,
Yeah.
and thank you, Margarita, for the intervention. Indeed, we need more initiatives like this. Going back to like my early beginnings in projects, and especially EU projects funded by the Commission, and we were discussing this context of open education and what is happening, how we are going to share resources. Everything produced in research projects should be open source, should be available, should be, sort of like free resources. This was a discussion maybe like 15 years ago. And then somehow the discussion was not fluent, even though there were this initiative supporting open education. They were not mature enough. Okay, so I think now it's time to step up and bring this up front so that we can use all these resources. And I think this is what seamlessness also leads towards, because we have this really, let's say, very specific opportunity to use resources created in different contexts, in different projects. And it's really, really nice to be able to access them and try to use them. It brings a lot of richness to our learning initiatives. And I think behind the seamless learning, this is something that we are pursuing to exploit these resources, to have them at our fingertips, but we're not there yet. Even though if technology has evolved quite a lot, again, we have challenges in reaching this seamlessness in the transition at ecosystem level, so that if I am a learner and I want to, I don't know, explore what Karen is doing, and I'm still facing difficulties, even though I know her work, having direct access is challenging. So if there are any other members here today, maybe Ramesh or Sandhya, if you would like to share some thoughts in connection to what we are doing as part of the network or your research, that will be a good time to just share some thoughts on challenges and opportunities. This is how I would say it. So maybe Sandhya would like to start first.
Thank you, Irina. For me, I think that the group has been important for understanding the breadth and depth of how open educational resources and open education practices, especially, should sort of permeate throughout the institutions. So when we're working with our students who are education leadership program students, so they find that it's quite challenging to be able to talk about open education resources because of the legal sort of attachment that we have with copyrights and Creative Commons licenses. So these are sort of some aspects that we need to clarify for a lot of the students. We do have an open education policy in Mauritius, and this is something which is still probably dormant and not yet well integrated. So in terms of operationalization of these concepts and understanding and getting it within the schools. We've run a lot of workshops and done sessions with Commonwealth of Learning, where we have provided students with links to the OER workshop, online workshop and online course, the 2-hour program. But at the end of the day, we don't really see a lot of OER projects or OER thinking, even when the students are doing the dissertations, they don't really understand. Now with AI, I think it's an opportunity, but again, also a learning curve where we are thinking of AI as providing a lot of content, a lot of information, but at the same time, understanding how ethically we can use this to promote, OER more within the education system in Mauritius.
Sure.
So I think, yeah, thank you for me.
Thank you. Yes, you have raised very valid points. I will comment a little bit on this because we are considering AI models feeding onto very large data sets, but we don't know exactly how ethical the access to those databases is. So that is still work in progress. Yes, we have advanced from the legal points of view into mitigating that. But I think since AI has exploded, it's really difficult to make it really streamlined and ethically, let's say, effective. I would dare to put it like this, because again, of course, we are seeing the AI bloom. We have so many tools, but also have to think from the technological points of view, what is the data AI is feeding onto? Okay, and we also have to consider, especially since we are discussing education, how valid the feedback AI gives. There are a lot of risks. There are still, of course, issues to tackle like content validation, because if you push the AI a little bit, they still are not resilient enough to be firm on their feet and say, hey, this is my point of view and I can defend it. But we are getting there, but we have to discuss, of course, more. Professor Ramesh, if you have any thoughts at this point.
Okay, thank you so much. And namaste, everyone. I noted one very important point from the presentation of Karen when she was highlighting the significance of disconnected episodes. Actually, I like that very much. And what is happening, I see around us the same thing. That is a big issue. And it will be wonderful if we can keep contributing to making those connections. Now, there are few important events, happenings around us. Just from 16th to 21st of February, 2 weeks ago, in India, we had this AI summit. This was the fourth one. The first one was in 2023 in UK. The second one was in South Korea. The third one was of last year, 2025, in Paris, France. And the next one is going to be in Geneva. So book your tickets. In fact, in Delhi, the prices of the hotels, they shot up. Means there no rooms were available. It was such a hype around that. So few things they have emerged from there. In India, for school education, like we have University Grants Commission for higher education. There is the Central Board for Secondary Education for the classes up to 12th. And you will be happy to note this, that for this time, right now the exams are going on for class 10th and 12th, the final examinations. And they have decided that the answer sheets will be evaluated. They will be scanned and using AI. and it will not be the completely, the decision of the AI. The human evaluator teacher will be there to validate the marks. So this is a significant development which is happening. We have won this Indian Institute of Information Technology. They have taken a decision that we can't stop the students from using these large language models and other things. They're saying that, okay, you use it, but you need to submit your prompt so that we can see, like as Sandhya was saying, the ethical use of that. So they want to know that if you are using it for really your cognitive development, understanding the content, or you are using it just as a helping tool for you. So that one means the important thing is happening. I'm a trainer and a faculty mentor. There is this scheme of Delhi government it is called as Delhi AI Grind, in which the students are being motivated to think of how AI can be used for solving the practical problems of our life. And everything in here means if we see that how we can augment these processes, the open education is a big platform for that. We need to have more open courses, more access to these kind of materials which we can share with our students, and means have some sort of more AI curricula as open educational resource or as open programs focusing on AI literacy. Like data science is very important because all AI is about data or simple mathematics. Then prompt engineering. In fact, last July, me and one of my friend, we are happy that more than 2,000 students are already there from 111 countries in that. The introduction to prompt engineering on Udemy, and perhaps the Udemy is being purchased or taken over by Coursera now. So that is going there. And in addition to that, I think that is why in terms of careers, there was a big demand here during this AI summit that many of us, we are the users of AI, but our students and these jobs field is going to change. So how we can make them as the contributor to AI or developing side of that, whatever we create as it there. And for that, two important areas which I think I have noted that needs more attention to be paid. One is about the basics of semiconductors. That becomes the base. NVIDIA has become the world's most valued company just by making the chips, microprocessors for that. And the second one is cloud and IoT integration. And these things, I suppose that if more open resources, open programs, open courses, if we can think of that, that can really be a contribution on integrating the open education as well as leading toward the power of AI. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Yes, very insightful indeed. And thank you for pointing out the directions, that need to be taken, and the fact that you have advanced so much into mitigating the use of AI. Because I think even in our group, we have had discussions. Okay, do we let our students to use AI tools or not? How are we going to mitigate this process? But having access to prompts, it's a very good way forward from my point of view. It helps us mitigate a little bit this relation. Again, I don't think we can fathom that students will not use AI. We can see it in the workplace all the time, and we know it's AI generated. But then again, I think through education, we can streamline a little bit the approaches we are taking and consolidate the ethical side, the ethical use of AI. And I'm really happy. So you'll be in Europe, so that would be really accessible also for Ebba and myself. So let's put it on the agenda. Hopefully others will be able to join. Of course, it will be very helpful for our network as well to just showcase what we are aiming to do. and connect with the seamless part that we are trying to develop. Also, because you have mentioning, I mean, we don't have only the learning content itself and the educational patterns, the pedagogies, and so on. We also have to relate specifically to technology, how we are building things, starting from the interaction devices. And I think IoT is something that we should look into because it definitely supports seamlessness. We just have to make them smarter and let's say more flexible, right?
Certainly. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. Are there there is anyone here that would like to share some thoughts?
I see that we have Egla Seljesine here with us today. Another of my colleagues from Lithuania. I wonder, Egla, if you would like to share what your thoughts on what you are doing, because you have quite a lot of projects within this field as well. And we have worked together with on a very interesting project about digital inclusion for all learners.
A subject that is also very dear to me. So actually, if you are available, it will be very interesting to learn more about this. Inclusiveness is something that, of course, we have to keep in mind from different perspective, including, I mean, not only open education, but we have to consider it from a very technological point of view. How can technology support inclusiveness? I also had a project on that. So if your colleague is available, Eva, she can share.
She said that she has issues with her microphone.
Yeah, which happens. Let me also check.
Yes, that's the case.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to wait a little bit
But
more.
I can maybe just say something about it, because it has especially this project has raised a lot of interest worldwide, I would say. And we also managed to collaborate with a university in Lithuania, in Vilnius. So we reached a lot of students, master students within this field, and also that Egla recently said to me that I think now all digital by the European Commission, at least maybe you are from Europe, they had raised an interest in our projects, so we have been asked to do something further on about that as well. And that is again about collaboration, about sharing, about doing things together, and that you can do in a community like this, for example, and like many of the others, of course.
Definitely.
I think
Okay,
we are maybe coming to an end, and I would saw a comment from Helga as well, and I would just like myself to add on that. And you wrote about SDG goal by 2030, and I mentioned that as well in my short introduction. Actually, the United Nation and UNESCO themselves, they are saying that we can't reach SDG 4. I mean, hopefully to 2030, but hopefully sooner, but not so much later, hopefully, without having open education. Because open education, according to them and according to many other organizations as well, open education is the only way to reach the SDG 4. Because education today is so exclusive. It is just for the already educated people. It's just for the rich people. It is just for, well, and we all know that most of the world's population, they don't have any education at all. So that is why open education
or way
is
to access
the
it
only way.
in any manner. Yeah.
You managed, Egla.
Yes. Thank you for the possibility to be here today with you. And yeah, I would like just to repeat what Professor Ebba just said, that we implemented wonderful project, Digital Inclusion for All, and now Digicom practice community. They, even if we have an idea to establish awards for inclusion, and we would like us to continue this work. So I just would like to share this opportunity to highlight the importance of collaboration and first of all inspire leaders like we have Professor Eva, which we well known. He's well known, especially in open education, who by her example, she's sharing how you need to be open in all what you're creating, and inspiring, I believe, not only me but many other people interested in the field. So thank you having me today, and having this wonderful discussion.
Thank you so much, Egla.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. I think now, if I am to draw some conclusion myself, awareness is still an issue, right? So the first step we need to take further is to raise awareness on, for instance, specific directions like open education in order to reach this, let's say, mature stage where we are able to use the resources provided as open. Okay, but first we need to make sure that people understand what openness means, right? And then see if we can facilitate access to this, let's say, wide variety of resources that are available. So there are still steps to be taken, but I think we are now still in raising awareness how this can happen. And connect, please. Yeah, please, Ebba.
It is so much more than awareness raising, because we have had that for years and years. And that was also actually the reason why we named our session Be the Change You Want to See, because we are all change makers. We all can make changes, and especially we can do it together. We
That
can't
is
wait
true.
for anyone else who can do it. Be the change you want to see. It is by action, it is by mind, it is by communication, it is about strategies, of course, but it is mainly about your actions and your communication and how you collaborate and how you can make changes, what you're doing.
Definitely. So the initiatives like this one, it's about taking one step further, yes, and make this change happen. I think now, since we are trying to consolidate the approaches that we are taking, I'm saying, and coupled with technologies, understand technologies better, understand what are, for instance, the available tools. We were discussing this in the past, last year with the podcast. We're getting so many tools. Most of them are open, okay, but we have to understand them and we have to be able to evaluate them better. So the discussion has taken us in very specific directions that we can tackle, and we can have a say in that when we were discussing like a memorandum, or I don't know, some way to actually reach this level where we have a reference point and we are aiming for some specific steps and directions to address. Again, we have to make the change. Otherwise, we cannot create, let's say, these opportunities, and we cannot. We are going to use a lot of opportunities. I will conclude on my side. Okay, maybe Helga, you would like to have some final thoughts. I see that you have added something in the chat as food for thoughts. It will be helpful if you can comment on that.
Okay, I was just taking all the things we have thought about together in short sentences, like a summary. And if you go back in the chat, you'll see that I commented on our Margarita's topic, and it's very important. I also commented on Sandhya, who spoke about open education, and that is so crucial. And I mentioned there specifically that, as Eva was saying, open university and open education has been a topic for years and years, but people are not quite sure what this openness is, because they even use the title for universities, and those universities are not open. They are, if they understand open, if I don't know, from a different perspective, but they don't see it as free. And when we speak open, it means free education for all. And openness is having access without logins, or having access to downloadable software. But before you can even enter the universities that are open, you still have to register with a specific fee and for the courses that you are doing. Even these courses that Prof. Sharma was talking about Udemy. At first they are free, and then suddenly they hit you with their money. You know, it's not real open resources, those. And the other problem that we have with if it is free, the quality is not always really good. And that is where I think our educators need to step in. And that's when I commented to the with the next one. We can use tools. We have tools available, but we need to select the correct ones. And this supports what Joanna was saying. AI is fantastic. We have seen how amazing it has become, but it's also over the top in so many ways. And for us as educators, we need to know what these tools are. We have to educate ourselves, and we really need to ensure that the knowledge that is filtered through these applications is applicable. And that's the next topic, and that is preparing our students for the job market. You know, and Prof. Sharma was saying again, students are going through the systems, our university systems, but once they are done, there's a market there that changed so rapidly over the last 4 years, that our students are, you know, they come out and they don't get a job. They have no clue what is the business world wanting from them. And we need to know that as educators, otherwise our universities will have to, you know, close down. We are a very important group in this whole process. We need to be opening people's eyes. And Ebba was saying, we have to be the change makers. We have to be the ones that do the work and that make people aware by our writing, by our research, you know. When we publish, we need to focus on these specific topics. All of it, it's like it's a beautiful, I can just see how this canvas is coming together, where we start with the leadership. The topics that came out of this discussion are so relevant. So that is just my sense.
Thank you so very much. We will have to wrap it up. We have roughly 2 minutes, but I think it was an important step forward, and I'm happy that this happened somehow at the beginning of the year. We still have a lot to do, and definitely we need to pair up to work on specific things in order to advance. And I'm going to give the floor back to Ebba for a final thought, like 1 minute roughly, Ebba, before we close.
Yes, so thank you so much, all of you, for being with us for this session. This has been very important and very fruitful discussions and input. And thank you so much, of course, to my colleagues in the network, International Research Network, about innovation and sustainable, seamless education. It's wonderful to work with you in the network. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for all being here and sharing your thoughts and ideas. And again, education for all and not leaving anyone behind is about open education. So maybe my final words would be again, be the change you want to see, because we can all do this together. We can maybe not do it, each of us, sing alone. We can't do that, but together we can do it. And that is why this network is so crucial and important. And please feel free to figure out more about us or ask us questions. And also, if you have an interest to join the network, of course. And also my final word would be, of course, happy Open Educational Week. There are some more days to go. And as it is an international conference, it is more or less 24 hours a day. So there are many more sessions to join. Please check out the program. And in all your tasks, educate and be an ambassador for open education in case you believe in it. So thank you so much for joining, and we'll be in touch in one or another way. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you so very much. And we keep in touch.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you for the time. It was wonderful.
Bye-bye.